Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video we're gonna make this travel and tour website by using the WordPress and the Elementor Pro. Okay, so let me show you the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video from scratch. Okay, so here you can see that I have this website and we have to refresh this website, and after refreshing I will show you what are the features of this website which we're gonna build in this. Okay, so let me refresh this again, and after refreshing you can see that we have this cool animation coming here like this, and this is our hero section, and here we have this button, and here we have this watch tour button, and this is the image. Also, if I refresh it again, you can see that all the animations are coming in a sequence way. So the first this part will come, then this part will come, so all the animations are in the sequence way. So I will show you how you can add such type of sequence animation in your website from start. Also, when I scroll below you can see that this part of the header is always sticky at the top like this. Also, I will show you how you can make this type of sticky header at the top. Okay, so let's go below, and here if I refresh it again, here you can see that we have this form which is coming here like this, and also here we have the sequence animation. The first this will come, then this will come. Okay, so let me refresh it again once, and here you can see that we have this all in the sequence animation. Okay, and here we have this form, so you can fill out this form, and here you can choose how many guests you want to book. Okay, so let's go below, and here you can see that we have our this section where we have all the things of the name of the countries like this. Okay, so here we have the tour section. Okay, so let me refresh it again, and after refreshing you can see that we have the popular ones here, and here you can see that we have this awesome layout, and I will show you how you can make such type of awesome layout by using the Elementor from scratch. We are not gonna import any pre-made templates like others. We're gonna make the whole website from start, step by step. Okay, and here you can see that if I hover on these images, we have this hover effect on these images. Okay, and you can see that we have this explore button also, and also we have this hover effect on this. Okay, so if I refresh it again, here you can see that we have this scroll animation coming here like this in a sequence manner also. Okay, so then after that you can see that we have our why chooser section, and also here we have this type of animation in this image. This is the flash animation. Also I will show you how you can add this type of animation also in your website. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this all type of layout, and also here we have the sequence animation. So if I refresh it here, so you can see that all this will come in a sequence. Okay, so let's go below, and here you can see that we have our process section. So here if I refresh it again, you can see that this will come here like this in this manner. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this also. So it is our process section, how the process starts from first, second, third, fourth. Okay, then after that we have this one section, and this is also scrollable, so you can slide it from left to right, and also you can slide from left to right, right to left. And also you can see that the logo is little bit blurred, then if I hover on this, then it will become the dark. Okay, so I will show you how you can make this type of layout also. Then after that we have our this section which is the gallery section, where you can see that we have this all the images. Also when I hover on these images, we have this shade. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have our testimonial section, and this is a slider also, and also you can see that all these images are coming from the left and right. So if I refresh it again, you can see that all these images will come here like this, and also this is a slider. Okay, and you can also slide it from left to right by using this mouse cursor. Okay, so this is our testimonial section. Then after that we have our destination section. This is also having this animations. This is the sequence animation. You can see that all the things will come in a sequence one by one. And here you can see that this is our destination section, and here you can see that we have this type of destinations here. So when I hover on these images, we have this type of layout. Okay, and I will show you how you can make this type of awesome layout from start. And here we have the newsletter section, where you can have this form. So whenever we fill this form, the website owner will get a mail regarding the subscription things and all. Okay, and at last you can see that we have our footer section here. So this is our footer, and we have the footer animations here also. So this is the website logo, and we have this type of layout, and this is our social icon. Okay, and this is our scroll to the button. If I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Also you can see that we have this menu clickable. So if I click on this about, it will take us to the about. Similarly for the destination, tours, testimonial and contact. Okay, so and if I click on this scroll to top button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Also we have this sticky header at the top, and this is our scroll tour. Okay, so let's go to the mobile part of the video. So if I go to the mobile part, so you can see that this website is totally responsive for all the screens also. So here you can see that we have this mobile menu. Okay, and this is the logo and this is the button. So if I refresh it, here you can see that we have this animation everywhere. So if I go below, you can see that we have this, all the animations are perfectly working in the mobile screen also. So let me show you all the website one by one. So here you can see that we have the date and time option. Okay, so this is I think coming here like this. There is some issue, and then after that we have our guest section, and this is our popular packages option, where you have all these packages here, and you can see that how we are managing this, all this layout. We have this scroll button at the below now. Okay, and all the animations are perfectly working. Also we have this animations here. So if I refresh it, you can see that we have this flash animation, and also you can see that we have the why chooser section. Okay, so these are all the working animations, and we're gonna build this whole website from start, step by step. So don't skip the video. You're gonna learn so many things. If you're gonna build this website from the pure coding, it will take so much time, but we're gonna use a very famous builder, Elementor. So we're gonna build this website very fast by using that builder. Okay, and also you can see that this is scrollable. We can slide it from left to right. Then after that we have this, all these are the images of these galleries like this. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this awesome website. This is our testimonial section, and this is also a slider like this. And at last we have our destination section. If I click on this, we have the destination coming here like this. Okay, so all these sections are fully responsive. You can see that this is perfectly responsive for the smaller screens, and all these are footer also responsive, and this button is also working here. And if I click on this, it will take me to the respective section like destination. We're gonna go to the tour also, then testimonial, and at last we're gonna go to the contact. Okay, so let me show you that this is also changing its layout according to the screen size. This is not only responsive for the smaller screens, but it is totally responsive for all the screens like this. You can see that this will change its layout according to the screen size. Okay, so we're gonna build this whole website from start without wasting any time, and I will give you all these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. And you can also have this kit, pre-made website kit, from the video description at very cheap rates. So all the links are in the video description. You can check it out there. All the images are also free. So let's build this whole website from start, step by step. So for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So you can see that we are on the dashboard, and here you can see that. Let me show you all the themes and the plugins which are required for making this website. So let's go to the themes. So here I'm using the Hello Elementor theme, which is the official Elementor theme. So let's go to the plugin option, and let me show you all the plugins. So here we're gonna use the Elementor, and it's a pro version. Okay, you can also get the pro version from the link in the video description. We are selling the fully updated version. Okay, so all the links are in the video description. Do check it out. So let's go to the media option first, and we're gonna import all the images which are required for making this. I will give you all these images in the video description for free, so you can go there and you can have this all the images from the video description. Okay, so let me upload all of these images, and okay, so here is all the images. So let me upload all of these images. Okay, so let me complete all of these images upload, and till now let's go to the pages option, and we're gonna build a new page. So first we're gonna remove all of these pages from here. Okay, then after removing all of these pages, we're gonna build a new page, home, and at that home page we're gonna build this awesome website. Okay, so let's wait for it to upload. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me make the home page, and let me upload all the medias. Okay, so let's go to the library. Here you can see that all these images are not uploaded. So let me clear all of these things and re-upload all the images. Also I'm gonna make a page, then I will get back to the video again. Okay, so I have installed a fresh website installation. So let me go to all the medias, and I will show you that all the images are fully uploaded. So you can see that. Also I make a new page here, and also I make a new page here, home page, and after making the home page, you have to go to the settings, then go to the reading option, and from here you have to set the static page to home page. Okay, then after that, if I go from here and go to the visit site, so it will open this to me. Then let's go to the edit with Elementor tab, and we're gonna start building this website from start because all the images are fully uploaded. Only we have to ready to start making. Okay, so let's go to the site settings, and in the site settings we have to set the global colors. Okay, so I will get all the colors from the here. I have already have these colors here, so let me go to the custom colors, and here I'm gonna add orange. Okay, and here we gonna add this. Then we gonna need one more color, black one. So this color will be for the background and all the heading stuff. So let me copy this color code, and we're gonna go to this and paste it here. Okay, so we only require these two colors for making the website. So let me get back and let's refresh it here one more time. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this type of layout. So for making this layout, what we can do, we have to just add a two section layout here by using the flexbox. So we have to add this. Okay, so we can also name this hero, and also you can see that here we have the 1300 full width, and for the padding we can add the edge to the top and 3 to the bottom. Then you can see that we have this background color. So for adding the background color, we can go to the hero, go to the styles, and here you can choose the black color like this. Also you can go under this, you can remove all of these paddings from your container. Also remove the padding from this container. Then we can go to the images and drag and drop this image here. Then after that we can go to the media library, and here you can see that we have this image. So let's select this image like this. Okay, so I will give you all these images in the video description so you can follow along with me. And let me check the fonts, which font we are using. So here I am using a Google Chrome extension fonts Ninja. Which will so here we are using the Spinnaker font, and this is the Interregular. Okay, so let's first drag and drop this heading here. So we're gonna drag and drop this. Then after that, let me copy this from here. Also here we're gonna Spinnaker font. Also here we're gonna use the 45, or let's use the 55. Okay, and here we're gonna go to the 700 boldness, and here we can have this white color. Also, and here we can have this custom width. So let me go to this. Okay, and here we can have this, and here you can see that we have to make this 60, and here we gonna make this to 70. Also here we have this line height, so we can make this EM, and this will be 1.2 EM. Okay, then we're gonna go to below here text editor, and here we're gonna choose this. So we can also make this color, go to styles, and here you can just choose the enter font here also. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this, and here also you can just make this color like this, and we can also save this color from here. Suppose we want to save this color, so let's save this color para color. You can save different colors, so you don't have to write again and again, and you can keep the similarity between all these layouts. Okay, then after that you have to make that button. So first we're gonna drag and drop this button here. Let's go to the advanced, remove all of these paddings. Here you can see that we have these two buttons. So this is the icon box. Let me go to this. We can drag and drop this. Here we have the explore tours option. So we're gonna go to explore, and here we can write explore tours. Also we can go to this, and here we can have enter if you want. So here we can play with the size of this. So let's keep the 13 pixel, and for the background color we're gonna use this, and border radius would be 100. Also we can add some padding 15, and for the right and left we can have 30, and from the left also we can have 30. Okay, and here we can have 80 also, and here we can have 80. Okay, so this is looking good now. Also you can see that we have this hover effect on this. So for adding this hover effect, what we can do, we can click on that button, go to this, and here we can have this white color, and for this we can have this orange color. Okay, let's increase the font size a little bit. 15, 14 is looking good. So we have this hover effect. Just we have to go to the hover animation. We're gonna go to the shrink option, so it will shrink like this. Okay, let's publish this once, and after publishing we can go to the view page. So let's open this view page. And on this we're gonna see our whole the layouts which is making here. So I think it's taking some time to load, so let's wait for it. Till now we're gonna let's me go to the taskbar settings, and here I'm gonna hide the taskbar because it is taking many space below, so taskbar is hidden. Okay, so there is some network issues, so let me go to this, and here we're gonna go to the view page. Okay, so here you can see that we have this, but this is not in the center. So for making the center we have to go to here. So let's first remove all of these padding. So let's keep these paddings. Paddings are good. Layout, let's go to this, and here we're gonna make the space between the center, so it will be in the center like this. Also we can add some gap to this. Let's add the gap of 50 pixel, or we have already have this gap. We can go to this and we can have this in the right direction. Okay, let's publish. Now if I go to this and if I refresh it here, you can see that we have this. Now we have to make this one. So for making this, what we can do, let me search for the icon box, and here we're gonna drag and drop this icon box, and here this is the container, and this is the layout. So we gonna go to this. Okay, and here we're gonna have this like this, and here we're gonna add the 50 pixel. So here you can see that we have to go to this, and here we're gonna remove this, and here we're gonna have this watch tool, and here we're gonna have this play button. Okay, and this is the stacked, I think. Okay, so let me go to the icons, and here for the primary color we're gonna use the white color. Okay, and this one would be orange. For the sizing we can play with the sizing of this also. Okay, so let's keep this 25, and for the watch tool we're gonna go to the content. Here we're gonna make this white. Okay, and here we're gonna have the enter. So we have this 15 pixel, and for the box we can have this in the center. Okay, like this. Also you can see that we can click on this, and we can go to the advanced. We can add some like margin to the top like this. Okay, let's publish. The auto publishing, if I go to this and let's refresh it here, and then you can see that we have this layout. Also you can see that we have all of this layout exactly same here. So now let's go to the next section where we're gonna build this form section. So let's go to the next section. So for making this section we have to again choose the two section layout from here, and here we can make this about. Okay, and also if you see that the video is little bit fast, so you can watch it in a slow speed from the settings. Okay, so I hope that will be help. You can watch it in 0.8x speed or 0.5x speed according to your speeds. Okay, so after that you can see that we have this about us section. So for making this section we're gonna have the two section layout here again. Okay, so we don't want to put that height, we have want to put that width. So let's go here 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom, and here we have this container. Let's remove this, let's remove the second one also. Okay, and after that you can see that we have this. So let me go here, we can drag and drop this, and for this font let me check the font of this. Okay, fonts, not the colors. Let's go to the font ninja, and here if I see this is the Italiano fonts. So let me go here and we can search it here. Okay, so I think there is some issue with Elementor. Okay, so you can see that this is not working now. So let me do one thing, let me remove this, and we're gonna add this again. Now we're gonna go to this, and here we're gonna search for Italiano. Okay, we're gonna search for Italiano. Think Okay, so this is the one, and here we can go to the content, and here we can write about us. Okay, then we can go to this, we can have this 500. You can just increase the font size of the little bit about us, so it is visible now. Now we're gonna go to text, and like this, let's make this little bit more bigger. Okay, we can make this 500. Okay, and after that you can see that we can go to this letter spacing, and we're gonna have some letter spacing here. Okay, then you can see that we have this heading here, so let's drag and drop this heading. Let's increase the size a little bit, so we're gonna keep this 30. Okay, then here you can see that we have this, so we're gonna go to this, and okay, and here we can have this spinnaker font, spinnaker here again, and also we can make this black. We're gonna choose that black we have chosen. So here you can see that we can use it here 45 pixel, or we can use it here 35 pixel. 35 is looking good. Then also we can go to the line height, we can go to the EM, and here we can have 1.2. Okay, and after that you can see that we have to go to the advanced option, and here we have the width, so we can play according to the size of this. Okay, like this, and here we can have this 36. Then we can have this lorem ipsum here. Let me copy this from the top, and we're gonna have this below. Okay, so then we can go to the styles, and here we're gonna have this secondary color, or we're gonna have this text. Okay, then after that you can see that, let me publish this once, and after that you can see that we have this layout. So let's add a new container here once, and here we're gonna have this icon in box. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this handshake icon. So let me search for the hand one, and here you can see that we have so much handshake options, so you can choose any. And after that you can see that we have this stacked, I think stacked, and this is the surrounded one. Okay, and here we can have the get best deals, and the second one is the same. Okay, and now you can see that we have to go to this, and here for the icon, let me choose this orange, let me choose this white, and we're gonna play with the size now. Let's give the size of 35. Okay, and for the content we're gonna have this dark color, and here we're gonna have this enter. Okay, and here we can have this 20. Let's change this to spinnaker font. Okay, and here in the box we have this content spacing. Okay, like this, and here for the icon spacing we have this 20. Okay, so this is done, and also we can duplicate this, like this, and you can just go here and you can just replace the content, means make this and make this like this. Okay, here you can make this white, I think. Okay, so this is the black and this is the white. Also then you have to just change the content. Then after that you can see that we have this form here. So for adding this form we can go here and we can search for form. Drag and drag this here. Here you can see that we have your email, phone, choose date, select tasks. So let's build this. So here for the name we can add the placeholder your name. Okay, so your name, and here we gonna don't want to show the label, so we can make this like this. Okay, then here we have this email, so here email is there. Then we have to make a phone number, so let's remove have this, and here we have this phone. You can choose the number here. Here we have this phone, and here we have this your mobile. Okay, in this way, then after that we have the choose date. So for let's remove this message, we don't want this message. Then here we have the date option, so let's choose the date option here, date option. And okay, so here we gonna write for the placeholder, always write choose date, and here also change the label. So what is the benefit of the label? So whenever you just fill out the form, this is the fields which are which will go to your mail, so you will better understand which field is which. Okay, so always change the label according to your field. Then after that you can see that we have the select hours, so this is the time, so we can go to the time option, and here also replace the time, and here you can choose select hours or time. Okay, so this is also done. Then we have the guest option, so in the guest here we have the number of the guests which are coming, so this is the drop down, so we're gonna go to this, and here we're gonna choose the select, and here we have the select guests. Okay, like this, and here you can write choose 1 2 3 4 5 like this. Okay, so this is done, and also let me go to the publish option, and let's refresh this here again. And after refreshing you can see that we have this, and here we have the choose date, all of this option here. Here we have the choose date, here we have the select hours like this. Okay, so let's go further. After that let me go to the about here in this. Okay, and here we gonna make this like this. So now here for the second container, what we can do, we have to put some padding. So let's put the padding of 60, and also we can go to the styles. Here we're going to go to the border, and we want the box shadow. So let's keep this 5 7, and this would be 20. Also here we have this. Okay, then we can go to this about, and here we have the dress. Perfect. Now we can go to this, and here we can put some row gap. Okay, and here you can see that we can go to this we can go to this, and we can go to this, and here you can see that we have this button option, and here for the button we're gonna have this 30 pixel, and here we can also change the name of the button. So let's try this book now. Okay, and after that we can go to the styles, go to the buttons, and here for the background color we're gonna choose the orange, and in the typography we can also choose the enter font. Let's increase the font size of this, and we can also go to the border radius and make this 100. Okay, so this is done. Let's go to the forms. Here we have the fill option. Here we can have this black color. Okay, so this is the layout. So let me refresh it here, and after refreshing let me refresh this here. Here you can see that we have this. Now we have to okay, so one more thing, we have to make all of this layout to 1200. Okay, so let's publish. Now we have to choose this section container. Choose this. We're gonna go to this and choose the EM value, and here we're gonna add some negative values so that it will go to the top. Just one more thing, we have to go to the styles, and here we have to change the color to white, so it will have some color like this. That's published. Now after publishing, you can see that when I refresh it here, we have this to the top, and that's why we have added some space below, so it will trace on this. And now you can see that all this section is looking good. Also, you have this top one. Okay, so this section is also done. So let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the different layout. This popular keyword one, the most required and famous section. So don't skip that part. This is very much required to watch. Okay, so let's build this now. So we have built till here. So for making this layout, we're gonna, okay, so let's add a main parent container here. So this is the main box, and here we're gonna write tours. Okay, then after that you can see that we have three sections here. So let's go here, and here we can write 1200 pixel. Okay, and this would be 1200 pixel, and here we have the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, then after that you can see that we have to add one more container here. Okay, let's duplicate this container. Okay, so here you can see that if we go to the layout, you can see that we have two sections here. So let me delete the last one. So we can name it here top, and we can name it here bottom. Okay, so this is the top and this is the bottom, and here you can see that we have this. So let me copy from this. So we gonna, okay, so first we have to make these three containers. So in the first one we have to make these three layout container. Okay, and here we have this like this. Let's make this in the center. Now we can go to this, and here we have this about. After that we have this one. We're gonna make this full width from here. Okay, then you can see that we have this. Now let's copy this lorem ipsum, and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, and at last we have this button. So for the button, we're gonna copy this button. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy paste any section from anywhere. Okay, so now if we go to the top, we have three containers inside this. Here we're gonna make everything in the center. Perfect. We can write this 25, and we can adjust this like this. Okay, and for this also we can have this like this. Okay, and in this, the button one, we have to make this it. Okay, so this is done. Now we can copy this, and we can replace this here. Okay, here also you can write best visits, whatever you want to write. And here you can see that on the hover we have this black color, but here we have the white color. So let's change this all packages, and here we can go to this, and here we can have black, and here we can have white like this. Okay, let's publish. Then after that we're gonna refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this best visits. Now we have to make this grid. So for making this grid, what we can do, we can have a grid here. So this grid will be in this container. Okay, and we can have this. We can remove all of this. Now you can see that we have here two sections. Okay, so the first one is for the image, and second one is for the content. So what we can do here, we have this grid. So we have to enter a main container here. So let's write this here main. Then at last we can have this here image. We can duplicate this here, and here we have the main. This is the image. So first we're gonna add an image here. Okay, and here you can see that we have this Eiffel Tower, and this one has border radius of 20. Also we can go to this main container, go to the layout, and here we can have this 0. Okay, now if I go to the last one, we can name this content. Here you can see that this is empty, so now we can add some padding here. First let's add the padding of 40. Okay, let's add the 30. Then we can add one more container here. Let's remove this padding, and here we can have icon list. Okay, then here we can write, let's remove this. Here we can write 5 days. Then we can search for calendar. Okay, and the last one is the person, so we're gonna search for peoples here. Let me find something icon like this. Okay, so here you can see that okay, so let me find this icons. So here let's choose this icon. Here we can have 5, so here we can have 8, something like this. Also we can have this here divider. Okay, this one is 40. Okay, then this is the icon list, this is the content. Then here we can have this 0. Okay, let's make this 30, and in the top we have to make 0 here. So let's go to this container, and here we're gonna make this complete white. So if I go to this one, we have 10. Okay, then here we can go to the icon list, and here we can have icons. So this would be orange, 20, and the text would be black, like this. Also we can use paracolor, something secondary, this, and you can see the rear of this container. So we can have this container like this. Okay, we have this like this. Now we can go to this container, and now you can go to the em value and just make it to the top. Okay, let's choose the pixels here, and here we're gonna make this to the top. Okay, then okay, so now you can see that we have this. Also if you want, you can make to the left side here, like this. Okay, if I go here, you can see that we have this. And one more thing, you can just have it like this. Perfect. Now if you can see that this is the icon list, and this is our main container. Okay, we can also make this white, and inside this we have some padding. Okay, and you can see that we have this main box here. So let's go to the border, and let's go to the box shadow. Here we can have 5, 7, and this would be 20. Okay, and border radius would be 100. Border radius would be 20. Okay, now you can see that we have to add some heading here. Okay, so we have this icon list, and this is the content. Okay, so this heading is outside this, but we want this inside. So we can place this inside this content, and this is the container. So this is the heading. So we have to place this above this content. Okay, like this. Then we have this image. We have this content list. Then we have this content. Okay, we can also now add the negative value. Or you can, what you can do, you can just place it inside this content only, like this. Okay, like this. Or you can also place it above the content. So whatever gives you, I think the above the content would be easy. Like you can place it here. Okay, and then suppose, and then choose the EM value. Then you can add the left side like this by using the EM, and at the top also you can place it like this. Okay, so this would be easy. And inside this you can place some padding to the left side also, like place some padding of 10, 20. Okay, 30 is looking good. And if I preview it, you can see that we have something similar to this. Now you have this content also, so let's place this to 30. Okay, and here you can write Paris, France. So let me rename this Paris, France, and we can go to this, and here we can have this black color. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky, but okay, so we can have this Spinnaker font here, and we can increase the font size of this to 26 pixel, or we can have this to 23 pixel. Okay, then after that we can choose this list again. Okay, and here we can have this Antole, like this. Now we can have this map here. Okay, so this is the icon list, and here we can have this to 18. Okay, then after that we have this divider. Okay, then we have this. Then after that you can see that we have the two containers here. Okay, so what we can do, we can either you can see that we have this two container, right? So what we can do, we can either add the one container here. Okay, so this is the container, this is the content, and then this is the last container. So what we want this icon list content. Inside this content we want this container. Okay, let's go here and we can remove all of these paddings. Then we can have this at the top. Okay, so when I close this content, you can see that we have this container inside this. Okay, perfect. Now what we can do, we can just remove all of these paddings, and now what we can do, we can just add one container. Then we can duplicate this container, and this is the parent container of these two containers. We can make this space between and center. Okay, now we can add a heading here. So this heading would say from. Okay, and here we can have the secondary. Okay, from. Okay, and then after that we can have this $620 $620. Okay, and this would be 10. Okay, and then after that we can have this button, explore more. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this, so we can also place it like this, and this is the container, so we can have this in the end. So now we can go to this, and here you can see that we have this background color, and we can have this orange. Now we can have this like this, and here you can see that we can choose the inter font, and this would be 600, and then we can increase the its font size a little bit. 15 is good, and here you can see that we only want this explore, not more, so we're gonna remove this more from here like this. Also we have this icon library, and here we're gonna choose the arrow like this. Okay, like this. Then we can have this too. Okay, now we can see that we have this container here, this content, right? So in this container we have to add some flexbox properties, and we're gonna make this 10. Okay, so I think 15 is looking good. Okay, this is already looking good, just we have to change this color to a little bit lighter like this. Okay, perfect. So you can see that we have successfully built this. Also you can see that we can just play with this 22. Okay, so this is looking good now. Just we can go to the content part, and we can have this to 15 or 17 something, or 18. Okay, and now you can see that we have this, and we have this main, then here this content. So here we can add the border radius of 20 also, and we can remove the bottom and right side. Only we have this 0, and we have the right side here also 0. So now if I see, you can see that we have this perfectly working. Just we have this content, this container one little bit to the right. Okay, just now we can have this, and we can just duplicate this main. Let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate this again. Okay, then you can also duplicate this and have here 2 rows if you want. That means 3 by 2, but I want only 3 1, and here we can put some gap of 40. Yes. Okay, here we can have the gap of 30. Here we can go to this bottom part, and here we can have this to top and bottom. Then we have the towards, and here we can make this in the center, and this would be 40. So let's publish. Okay, then after that you can see that if I go here, and even if I refresh it here, we have this container ready. Okay, we have this content. Just you can see that this is going a little bit out, so for that you have to just adjust this alignment by using a pixel, so it will work. Okay, now you can see that when I hover, the images are scrolling, means moving come. So let's go to the images, hover, and here we're gonna use the bob effect. Here also we're gonna use the bob effect. Okay, so in this way you can change and make this type of layout. Okay, so this layout is a little bit tricky, but if you follow this step by step, you will learn how to make this. Just you have to replace all of these images. Now let's replace this image also here. Okay, and just replace all of this content according to you. Let's publish. And after publishing, if I go here and refresh, here you can see that we have successfully built this layout also. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this section. So now let's go to the next section. We're gonna build this. So for making this section, we again want this 2-section layout. So let's add this, and here you can see that we have this image. So, and this is full width. Okay, so here we can write why choose us, and here we're gonna make this full width, and again we're gonna go to the padding, remove all of this padding. Now if I go to the below one, here we have this like this, and here we can have this like this. Okay, now if I go to this container, and here you can see that we have this all these images. Okay, so we need this image. Okay, and here you can see that we have this position center, and this display size would be cover. Okay, and now you can see that we have this here. So let's go to the second container, and here we can have the colors black. Okay, and here we can have this 40. Let's keep this 60. Okay, now you can see that we have to enter this, and here we can have and for this also we have this. Okay, and this would be white, and here we have this para color. Okay, then you can see here we have I choosers, and this would be this. Okay, so here you can see that we have this grid now, so we can go to this, and we have this grid here, 1 2. So this is 2 by 2, so we can have 2 by 2 here. Okay, so this is 2 by 3 rows. Okay, like this. Now we can go to the advanced. Here we can remove all of these paddings. Now we can go to this container, add a container here, remove all of these paddings. Now we can search it here, icon box, drag and drop this icon box. Okay, here we will find this left alignment. So now what we have to do, we have to, let's first add this content here like this, and we can also copy this here. Okay, and here we're gonna search for some building stuff. So let me search for building. We need some buildings icons, so let me go to the top, and I think here we have some buildings icon. Okay, so we have this one here. Also we have some more building icons here. Let me search for this also. Okay, so let's choose this only, not wasting any time. And after that you can see that this, now let's go to this, and now here you can see that we can make this in the center. Okay, and this is the icon spacing, and this is the icon. Okay, so here we can have this 245 pixel. Okay, and this is the content. We can make this white. Okay, and here we can spinnaker, and here we can have this to, okay, 18. Okay, then here we can have, then here we have this content spacing. Okay, and here you can see that if I go here and click like this, you can see that we have this coming full. Also we can go to the content part. Here we have to have this para color. Okay, so this is almost looking good, and we can also go to this, and we can remove some padding here, 50. Let's keep this 50. Okay, and if I see this, you can see. Now what we can do, we can just go to the container, and we can duplicate this container. Okay, we're gonna duplicate till it's become 2 by 3. So this is the power of the grid in of Elementor. And let's keep this duplicated, and let's go to the grid option here, and here we can have some 30 like this. Okay, and here we can have this. So now what we can do, we can just and here also we can go to this, and this is a main container, so we can have this space between center. Let's make this stretch, and here we have this 240. Okay, so this is not needed because it will have some space between this, so it will give some gap here. So for that, what we can do, we can just go to the grid part, and here we can have this to 30 pixel. Okay, and here in this container we can have it like this. Also in the left side we can have this 80 something. Okay, let's keep this 60. Perfect. Now let's go to the preview option, and here you can see that we have successfully built this also. Just you need to change all of this content by going to each of them. Okay, that's it. Let's publish this, and after publishing you can see that if I go and refresh it here, we have this working here. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this section. To the next section where we're gonna build the step section. So for making this section, we're gonna again add a flexbox here. So let me add a main parent container, and here we're gonna make this process, or we can name these steps also. Here we can write 1200. Okay, then here we can have some 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Okay, then we can go here, and here we're gonna copy the and paste it here. Then we can again go here, and here we're gonna paste it here. Okay, then after that we have some lorem ipsum here, so we're gonna go to this, and we're gonna again paste it here. Okay, and now we can have this like this. Okay, like this, and here you can see that we can rename this our process. Also, and here we can write our process. Okay, then after that we have to go here. Okay, and we can have this in the center. Now we can add some container here. Okay, after that you can see that we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 sections here. Okay, so right now we have this one container. So now what we can do, we can just add one more inside this, and we can duplicate this 6 times. 3 4 5, and the last one would be 6. So total there are 7 containers. So now we can go to and make this space between and center like this. Okay, now we can add this. So first we're gonna need an image here. So I will give you all these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me also. So we have this image. So now what we can do, we can just have this 60. Also now after that we can copy this heading, you can paste this heading here, and here this will say book a tour. Okay, and after that we have this lorem ipsum, so we're gonna copy this. Okay, so let me copy this, and we're gonna paste it below. Okay, so this is the main box, and inside this we have the all of the boxes. So we have this main, and here we're gonna have this here we're gonna have this 15. Okay, then after that we have this arrow. So for the arrow we're gonna use the image again. So we have this one, and here we're gonna have this. Okay, so before that what we can do, we can just delete this arrow one, and we're gonna duplicate, we're gonna remove all of this. Three, 6, and we're gonna name this one again 7. Okay, then we can see that here we have this arrow. Okay, and here also we're gonna remove this, and here we have this arrow like this. So there we have 1 2 3 4 5 6, so we need the one container more. Let's duplicate this, and here we can have this, we can have this, and this would be like this. Okay, and here you can just increase its size 80. Also like this. Now let's publish this once, and after publishing you can see that we have to make this type of layout. So here you can see that we have some more space below, so we can go to this container, go to the em value, and here we can have bottom values. Okay, we have 15. Now we can have this again. Always play with containers. Okay, and do not select the inner items. Like here I'm selecting the container, so it will be easy to move. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's keep it at the top. Okay, and here we have the main box. So let's choose the em value here again, and here we're gonna have some space, so it will be look easy. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see that here we can go to the top, and here also we can have this like this. Okay, then here we can have this one. Okay, and here also we can add some negative value to make it a little bit lower. Okay, so let's deselect all, and here we can have this. Okay, and now you can see that we have this. So here we have the -9, so here also we can place this to, we can also place this to bottom -9. Okay, and this would be -16. So let's go to this. Here we can have this em value, and here we can have this -16. Okay, and if I go to this main container, main box, if I go to this, here we have some layouts, so we're gonna make this like this. So we have to just remove all of these spaces, so it will be, so it will appear closer. Now let's try how this is built. Then if I go below, okay, so you can see that this is looking very good now. Just you have to replace all of this content. Like here you can replace this to and after that we can go to this and we can replace this to 3, and for the last one we have the one more step here, so this is 4. Okay, now let's publish, and after refreshing, let's refresh it here. After refreshing, you can see that we have successfully completed the list section also. So this way you can build this type of layout. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build another layout. So let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this logo slider. So for making this, you can see that we have this. So in this process, we have to add a new container. So it will add a new container below that, and here we can write. Here we can write client logos. Okay, and also you can see that we can put some spacing. Here it is saying top 3. Okay, here you can also add some padding below. Okay, so let's go first to the client logos, and here we're gonna remove all of these paddings. Okay, then here we can go to and search for carousel. Here we have the carousel widget. Okay, then here you can see that we have 1 2 4 slides at first. So let's remove this all. Only we have this one slide, and we can make this full width. You can also make the remove all of these paddings. We have the slide 1. Okay, now we can drag and drop an image. Now let's search that image here. Okay, so this is the image, and here we can go to the CSS filters. Here you can see that we have this saturation. We can make this like this. Okay, we can also make this blur like this. Okay, so here we have to play with this contrast. So let's keep the saturation to 100, and this would be, and let's make this 20. Okay, then after that we can go to the carousel, and here we have to duplicate this. Okay, then here in slide on display we can keep it 4, and this would be 1. Okay, this would be 1. So let's wait for some time, and here you can see that we have this. Now here in the settings we can make it 3, and also here in the navigation we can remove this, and in the pagination we also don't want the pagination. Okay, let's keep this none only. Then after that you can see that we have this one. So here you can go to this image, and let's first go to the carousel. Here we have to put some spacing, so let's go to the styles, and here we can put the spacing of 40. Okay, and you can go to the image, and here in the hover just to go to the CSS filter and make everything like this. Okay, now you have to just copy this and you can paste everything on the same. Okay, so in this way you can make this. Okay, now you can see that we have to put some spacing at the top. So let's go to the main box, and here we can put some spacing like this. Okay, also we can add a divider here. So let's search for the divider. Okay, we have the client logos, and then we have this divider. We can remove this. We can have this logos here, and here is the main box. So let's see, it is looking like this. And also here in the client logos, then we have the divider. So we have to put some spacing below the divider also. So let's put some gap like this. If I preview it, you can see that you okay. So this is looking good. Just you have to make this divider color little bit more blur. Okay, like this. You can also make this little bit blur. like this. Okay, so let's publish this, and if I see the designs, you can see that we have this like this. And also if I go and view this here view page, and if I go below, you can see that we have this divider and it is looking like this. Okay, so this is also done. Now we have to make this gallery. Okay, so for making this gallery, let's go to this and we can add a new container here. Okay, so that we can name this container, and here we have to put this in a full width like this. Okay, and we have to remove all of these paddings from here, and let's rename this container to gallery. Okay, and here you can go to this, and here we can search for the gallery widget like this, and here we can search for the images. So like here you can see that we have this bags and this selfie images first. So let's choose these bags and selfies, and these are the two images, I think. Yes, so create a new gallery, insert in a gallery. Here you can see that we can choose the order by random, and here we have the grid 4. We don't want any gap here, 0. And also here you can see that we can have 1 by 1. Also this would be full like this. Okay, and for the here you can see the background. So let's go to this, and here in the overlay, for the normal, we can have this orange color. Okay, like this. And if I go here we can make it a little bit transparent also. Okay, perfect. Let's publish. Okay, then after that we have to just go here and let's refresh it, and after refreshing you can see that if I go below we have this gallery widget ready. Okay, so this part is also done now, and also you can see that here are the same logos. You have to just replace all of this logo with your actual logos. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the testimonials. Move to the next section where we're gonna build the testimonial. So for making the testimonial also we have to add a new container, and here you can see that we have to write testimonial. Always use this this structure thing is very useful. Then here we can add 1200, and again go to the advanced. Here we can add 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom like this. And now you can see that we have this design. So first we have to go to this, and here we have to go to the styles, and here we can make this to black like this. Then again we have to use this things from here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste your sections from anywhere. Okay, so that's why we build so fast layouts in using this. If you are go to the pure here with if you gonna make this same website using the HTML, CSS and JavaScript or React something, it will take some time to build. So everything has its main things. Okay, so here you can see that this part is done, I think, and let's make this in the center. This is the layout. We can make this in the center like this. Also we can click on this and make this in the center. Okay, now let me copy this from here, and here we can write it here, testimonials. Okay, then let's publish this once. Now you can see that this is slider. Okay, so for making this slide we have to use a carousel widget again. So everything you're gonna make it slide widget, can go to this carousel. Here we have to show one slide at a time. So let's go to one, and this will be also one. Then we can go to the carousel. Okay, and here you can see that we have this one. So let's go to the carousel. We are in the slides one. Okay, let's remove all of these paddings. Okay, and here you can see that we have to make this 3, and we have to go to the navigation and then move this. Just we want this pagination. Okay, now we can add a container here. Let's add the container. I always prefer to add a container because container has more properties than that. So now you can see that we want this. Okay, so we can copy this from here, and here we can paste it. Okay, let's make this in the center first, and also let me copy this if I can. Okay, so let's me go. I want this little bit more text here. Okay, let's make this double. Okay, and we can go to the custom, and here we can have the custom, and we can have let's go to the container. We can make everything in the center. Okay, and here you can see that we have to make this make it like this. Okay, then we can copy this, paste it here. This is saying Lucy Avila. Lucy Avila, and this has the color of orange. Okay, let's decrease the font size. Okay, and here we can again duplicate this, and this is the traveler. Okay, we can make this I think white in color. Okay, let's go to this para color, and here we can remove some padding from this. Okay, and now we can go to this heading, and here we can add like this, and this would be small in size to 17. Okay, and we can go to this heading. We can also add some top spacing. 22 is let's keep it 25. Okay, and also you can see that this is a carousel, so we can put some margin at the top here also, 30. Okay, so if I preview it, it will look good. I think there is more spacing, so let's increase the spacing to 40, and we have to increase the font size of this. Okay, so let's increase the font size to 30 or 25, 20 or 2018, and let's make it italic. Okay, so perfect. Now we have to go to the carousel, and here we can duplicate this 3 times like this. Okay, then go to here, and here in the pagination, here we have to make this 20 at least, and this color would be like this, and hover color would be white. I know this is not working right now because we are not getting these dots, so let's publish this once, and after that we have to refresh it here. Then after refreshing, if I come here, you can see that we have these dots, but these are not visible, right? These are there, but they are like this. So let's refresh it once time. I think we have put some gap here. So let's go below, and let's wait for it to load, and here you can see that we have this carousel. So let's wait. So it is loaded now. If I go to this, go to the pagination here. Okay, so this is the dots we have indicated, so we can have here 18. Let's keep it 15 or 13 or 12. 12 is looking good. And for the spacing, we can increase the spacing to this to at least 60 pixels. Okay, perfect. Now let's publish this. And after that, we can go to that arrow travelers again, and here we're gonna refresh it one more time. Okay, so you can see that this is working good, and this is looking also good. Also, we can slide it. Okay, now we have to put these images. So putting these images is really good. Only we're gonna put these images in the desktop version. Okay, we don't want, if you want you can put, but I prefer to use this in a desktop version only. Here let's make it full, and in the advanced tab we have the mask option. Let's make it circle. Perfect. Now we can go to this. Here we can have this custom position. Let's play with this, and here we have the 5 option. Okay, now we're gonna go to the position, make this absolute. Now we can drag and drop this like this. Okay, let's duplicate this. We can drag and drop this one again. I duplicate this. Okay, and if I go to this image, we have this image. Okay, then we can duplicate this image again. Now you have to, or also what you can do, you can just go to the z index here, increase the value of z index, it will be very top, so you can just put it like this. Okay, now just duplicate it again. Now you can again just put it like it here. Okay, now duplicate it again you can put it here like this. Okay, so in this way you can make this layout. Okay, so I know this is okay, so if you go here you can see that we have this. So here you can see that we have this. So now you can go here and make it like this. Also now you have to put it like this. Okay, now go here you can see that horizontal alignment. So don't put it very aligned, it will not look good. Here also we have this here like this. Okay, now if I go here, okay, you have to just go here and now we're gonna replace this content. So here I have these images, just replace this image and you can replace this image also. Okay, so all these images are there, you have to just make it like this. Okay, and here we can also replace this with. Okay, so this image will also be changed. Okay, so in this way you can make this layout. I hope you understand. Okay, like this. And for this, let's make a new image here. This one. Okay, so this is looking good now, and just publish. Okay, so you can see that how quickly we have built this. Now let's refresh this. And after refreshing, you can see we have this image. Ta-da! Also, this is working. Okay, so in this way you can make these testimonials, and now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the destinations. So let's move to this part. For making this, that what we can do, we can again add a new container, and here we're gonna go and here we're gonna write destinations. Here we're gonna write 1200, and here in the advanced tab we're gonna add 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Okay, and we can make this in the center. Now we can go to this and copy this, paste it here, and after that we can go to this again, we can go and copy this. Okay, then here, and now we can just search for the best destinations, and now we can have the discover the best destinations here. Okay, and this one is done already. Now we have to make this. Okay, so for making this, what we can do, we can now again look for the grid. This is the grid. Okay, and here we have to make this 3 by 1. You can go to the advanced, remove all of these paddings. Now we can add a new container. Here we can go to advanced, remove this padding also. Now here you have to search for flip box. This comes from the Elementor, and here you can see that on the front we only want this image one. Okay, so let's keep this image. Okay, not this image. Okay, so here in the content, if I go, we have this image option. Okay, and also we don't want this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this also. Then in the background we have to find this grass image, so let's keep this. Also make this center, and this display size would be cover. And also if I go to the settings, here we're gonna put some height to this, so let's keep 400. Okay, and if I go to the back part, in the back I think first we have to go to the settings. Okay, and in the settings we want this slide, it will be slide like this. Okay, now you can see that we only want heading and a small heading. So if I go to the back, here you can see that we don't want this. So like here we can write Indonesia, and here we can write 4 days like this. Perfect. Okay, here you can go to this, go to the back, and here you will find some color options. I think here we don't have this, so let's go to the back option. Here go to the background. Here go to the background, and here we can put this gradient color orange, and we can put this black, okay, like this. So you can just play according to it. I'm just telling you how you can build this. And text color would be pure white, and here you can find spinner curve. Let's increase the font size of this. Okay, then we can go to the description part. Here we can have this. Here we can also use this, and here we can try use this enter. Okay, let's increase the font size. Okay, now you can see that we have this flip box. So I think there is some option to add border radius or something. You can see that here in the back option also we don't have border radius. So let's go to the container, and I think here we can add some border radius of 20, like this. Okay, so this is not working. Let me remove this. Let's try the advanced option. Go to the transform motion effects. Here also we don't have these options. So I think we have to add the border radius somewhere in the flip box only. So here if you see, we have the border type. Okay, so here if I go to the settings, okay, so here we have the border radius. Okay, let's play with this. Okay, now you can see that we have this. So this is looking good now. And okay, so in this way you can build this. Now we have to just go to this, and we can duplicate this container. So this is the power of the Elementor, that you have to only build a design at one time. Okay, so this is built now. Now we can go to the grid, go to the layout, and here we can have this and make this little bit spacing. Just adjust the spacing. Okay, so this much is done. Now we can just go to this one, and here we can go to the background, and here we can choose a different image. Like suppose we have this this one image, so we can choose this image. Okay, so just you have to replace the content. In a similar way you can choose this. Here we have this snowfall image, this one, choose this. Okay, so in this way you can just build this. Okay, so let's publish. Now below that we can add a new container. Okay, let's do one thing. This is the container, this is a grid. Now we can add that, go to the destination, add a new container. So it will add a new container below. Okay, now let's remove all of these paddings and all. Okay, now let's add a container, and we can remove the padding again. Here we can duplicate this, and this is the parent padding. Okay, now we can go to this, and here we can add to this 60. Okay, and let's go to this, and here we can add 40. Now we can copy this, and we can paste it here, and also we can copy this and paste it here. So it will automatically adjust the width, means the automatically adjust its layout. So this is this one and this one. Let's change this image quickly. So here we have this image, this is the image, and for this we have the image to this. Okay, so you can see that how fast we are building the layouts by using this. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can build layouts very fast. If you're gonna build this with HTML and CSS, it will take so much time, because I make both websites. I also use Elementor and I also use React things, so I know the difference. Making websites in this is much easier and faster. Okay, so we have successfully built this layout also, and this is looking all good. Okay, now let's move to the next section, where we're going to build this newsletter section. For making this section, what we can do, we can just go here, we can add a new container, and here we can write a newsletter, and here we can write 1200 pixel. Okay, here we can remove this padding and all. Let's make this 80 and make this 80. Now we can go to the styles, and here we can add a new here we can add a new image, Okay, so the image would be this one. Let's find, if we can't find, we're gonna use some different image, so let's use this image. Okay, so here we can go to the center, make this position cover. Perfect. We can also make this fixed, so whenever we scroll it will be placed behind. Now we can have make, so now let's add the background overlay, and we can add some blackish tone to this. Okay, now again we can add here, let's copy this. Okay, then again we have to copy this. Right, then we can again make this white. Okay, then we can add it here a form. Okay, let's remove this, and for this we're gonna add the medium size, and this would be to 80%, and the button would be 20% like this. Okay, and here for the button I'm gonna set subscribe, and here in the form field I'm gonna say enter your valid email. Okay, we can make this in the large option, and for the button also we can make it large. Okay, you can just make it medium also. I think large is little much bigger, so let's make this medium only. Okay, so it depends on you. I'm gonna make it large. I want to be it visible. Okay. Okay, so here you can see that we can play with the width and all. Here if I go layout, here we can make this in the center. Now we can, here we can add, so here we have to play with the width custom. Here we can increase the width and all. Let's keep this 70. Okay, now you can see that we have to go to the fields option. Here we can make this. Okay, here we can write a Spinnaker font. We can make this 300 like this. Also we can go to the button, make this orange. Okay, and here in the typography we can have this enter. Also we can remove this like this. Then here in the border radius we can have 100. Also in the field option, the border radius of 100. Okay, and here in the border we can have this. Then go to the buttons. Here we can have the background color to orange like this, and here we can increase the font size to this like this. Also when I hover, we want that it should have the white color, and it should have the orange feel. I think orange will look better. Okay, not looking good. Let's get this dark only like this. Okay, so this is working. And also if I go and let's publish, and let's go here and let's refresh this, and after refreshing you can see that we have the subscribe to our newsletter section, and also the images is not moving behind. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole sections. Only we are left with the header and footer, so let's build this also. So guys, you can see that we have built all of this. Now let's go to the here, and now we're gonna build the header and footer. So for this we're gonna use the theme builder. Okay, so here we have to make this design. So first we're gonna build this footer, because this will take a little bit time consuming. So first we're gonna build this. So let's go to the footer. Let's add the new container here. So first we're gonna make a main box, then we're gonna make the one box to the top, one box to the bottom, and this is the last box. Okay, so in this way we're gonna build this. Okay, so always break your design in boxes. So first we have to make a main box. So here we can have main box, and here we can write 1300 pixel. Okay, and we can make this like this. So let's go to the advanced. Here we're gonna have 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom, and here in the styles tab we can have this black color. Okay, now you can see that this was I think let's make this 60 pixel. Let's make this 60 pixel also. Okay, now you can see that we have to make the first box. Okay, now this is the first box. It will contain this four. So now we can remove all of these paddings. Now we can add a container here. Let's go to the advanced, and here we can duplicate this. Okay, now we can duplicate this and go to the first box. Here in the layout we can have this space between center. Okay, like this. Now we can add a new logo here, so let's put an image. Okay, now we have to find that logo here. Let's find here. This is the logo. Okay, and here we can play with the width. Always use this option, custom width, so it will have like this. Okay, like this. Then you can see that we have this heading here, so let me add a heading here. So let's first add all of this content, then we can adjust it, the styling. About let's give this about. I'm just using a random logo here. The name is not similar, but we can use this about just something like this. We can go here, and here we can use Spinnaker font. So you can also make these fonts global, like we have done for the global colors. Okay, so that is very easy. Just you have to make some different sizes behind. Okay, and now we can make this white. Then we can add here a text editor, some about text here. Okay, let's me go here. Okay, this is looking good now. Here we can go to this. Here we can make the para color. Okay, now you can see that we have the icon list here below. We can just drag and drop an icon list below. Okay, and here we can search for map. Let's make this, and here we can add this to this. Here we can have this, and let's increase the size of this. Here also we can have this para. Okay, and also you can go to this first box. You can just have this at the start like this. Then you can see that we have to make this little bit bigger. Now we can copy this, and we can paste it here. Okay, so this would be other pages. So let's make these other pages. Okay, and we can also make this 20. Now you can see that we have this list. So again we're gonna use the list from here, drag and drop this here. Okay, now we can delete all of this, and here you can see that we have this arrow. So we have to search for this arrow. This is the angle, like this. Here we can write this home and home about packages. So we have to duplicate this. Here we can write about. Here you can write services. I'm just putting here some randoms. You can place it according to your. Now we can go to the icon. Here we can make this orange color, and we can increase some size. We can go to the text, and here also we can have this spinnaker, and here we can also make this white. Okay, and here we can make this width something more, and here we can increase the space between. Okay, we can have this here 15 like this. We can also make this little bit more bigger if you want, like this. I think 15 is good. Just we can place this like this. So I think 500 is good. Now you can see that we have these quick links. And also what you can do, you can just go to this and here you can put some 20. And the same you can go to the advanced and put here 20. Okay, then again we can go here. We can remove this. We can duplicate this. Okay, and now you can see that here we have the quick links. So let me go here, and here we can search for quick links. Here we can have privacy policy. Okay, here we have the terms of service. Terms and service. Here we have disclaimer and credits. So here you can write disclaimer, and here we have the credits. Okay, so here we have the credits, and you can see that. Let me change my Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay, so let me publish this once, and we're gonna choose the entire site, and let's save and close. And let's me go to this, and here we're gonna have this. Here you can see that we have like this. First we have to make this layout little bit. So now let's focus. Here we can have this like this. Here we can put this to 70. Okay, and here we can have this little bit more space. Okay, then here in the first box we can have this here in the 30, and we can put this in the 40. Okay, let's publish. Now if I go to this, and here if I refresh it, you can see that we have this. Now let's put some more space here like this, and let's refresh, and let's publish it again. So you can see that we have this. Now you can see that we have to make these sections. So for making this layout, what we can do, let's do this. Here we can again add a duplicate. Okay, so I'm gonna not be have to duplicate this. We have to go and we have to add a new container, and here we can write this second box. Here you can see that we have some lines. So first we're gonna make this lines. So for making these lines, let's these lines are just the borders. We can use the borders also instead of divider. Let's place this. So here what we can do, here we can make this. So we only want the borders in the top and bottom, and this would be this one. Okay, and now you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again we have to make this 4 sections. Okay, so now we have to go, and here we have to add a new container. Okay, instead of this, let's use the grid. So we have the proper spacing. Here we're gonna use the 1 4 by 1. We can go to the advanced, remove all of these paddings. Okay, and here we can add a new container. Go to advanced, remove all of this padding. Okay, now we can go to this. Here you can see that we have book your holiday. So here we have book your holiday. Okay, here we have the second box. We can make everything in the center. Okay, and here also we can make this in the center, left line. Okay, and for this we gonna have this. Here we don't want to use this negatives. Okay, so here we can go to this, and here we can have this phone, and here we can have 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, like this. Here we can duplicate this, we can duplicate this. Okay, so here we have the second box. Now we have to put some spacing at the top, spacing at the bottom. So I think we have to give some 80, or 80 is more. Okay, so let's put 50, and here also we're gonna put the 50. Okay, so if I preview it, okay, so this is looking good. This is looking not good. This is looking very more space. Okay, so let's reduce this 40. Let's reduce this 40. Okay, so I think this is looking good now. Here we have to make this email us, so this is little bit more. Okay, so you have to just let's make this 15. 10. 10 is good. We can also make it 10 here. We can make it 10 here again, and here also we can make it 10. Okay, so in this way we have built this. Now you have to just replace all of this content like this. Here you can see that we have emails. So here you can write email us, and here you can put some random emails. So here you have to just change this to mail. Okay, and here you can write some random email, random@gmail.com. $22, and here also we can make this 22. Here also you can just go and change the content. Just you have to add this head office things here. I'm gonna put it here, and there's this also. Okay, so easier. And what do we have here? Here we have the followers, so we can write here followers, and here also we can remove this. Now let's find, and here we're gonna add the social icons. Okay, so here over the social icon you can see that we have like this. So we can go and we can search for circle. Also we can increase a little bit more. Let's use Insta. So in this way you can add this also. Okay, so now you can see we have the official. We can use the custom. So this would be orange. So first we're gonna make this black only. Let's use this black little bit like this. Make this white, and here we can play with the size of this. Okay, we have some spacing. Here we can have this orange color, and here we can have this white. Here we can have this white, and at last we have this copyright one. Okay, so what we can do, we can just add a new container here, and this is the third box where we're gonna use the copyright. So let's go here, and we're gonna search for icon list, and here we can just go and write it here, copyright 2024. Okay, right, copyright 2025, Aurum Travels. All right reserved, and here we can write copyright. Okay, so here we can make this in the center. Here we can make this like this, and here we can make this pure white. Okay, here we can make this 0, and For the third box also we can have this padding to the top 30 and 30. Okay, here we can make this to 20. Okay, so let's publish. And after that you can see that we have done with our footer. So footer is little bit challenging and it is greatly built. I think you can make this type of layout by using this things. Okay, so we have successfully built the footer also. Now let's move to the next section where let's move to the final section where we're gonna build the header and we're gonna make the responsiveness. So now let's close this footer one. Let's go to the theme builder again. Okay, let's open this theme builder again and now we're gonna build the header. So before building the header we have to make some menus. So let's build the menu first. Go to the appearance, go to the menus. Here we're gonna build this final menu, header, create menu. Here we have the home page. Then here we have the about. Okay, then we have the destinations, tours. Then here we have the destinations, and here we have the tours, packages. Okay, let's packages, and one more we're gonna add this contact. Okay, let's put this contact here. Okay, now we can go to this and we can add a header here now. So let's add this header. So we have used the CSS ID because we want to link these pages like this. Okay, so that's why. And now you can see that we have to open this. Now let's use this here also. We're gonna name this header. Okay, and this would be 1200 or 1300. Okay, let's make this pure black. Now we can add an image here and this would be traveler. Okay, and here we can go to the header and here we can have this to 10. Then we can add a WordPress menu here. Okay, like this. So here we have to just go to the custom and here we can place with that. Okay, let's keep this 15. Let's go to the header. Here we're gonna make this everything in the center space between. Okay, now you can see that we have this one. Now you can make this full width, make this center also here. Okay, now in this typography what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the same font, Spinnaker. Okay, we're gonna make this text transform uppercase. Okay, we're gonna make this 14. Okay, and we're gonna make this white. Then we're gonna have this orange. We're gonna again have this orange here. Okay, and here in the pointer width, let's play with the pointer width. Okay, and here we have the space between 2 10. Let's go to the header, advanced, and here in the motion effect we can add the sticky to the top. Okay, like this. Let's publish. Here we're gonna have the entire site to save and close. Now let's go to the Aurum Village here in Aurum Traveler, and here you can see that if I go to the top, here we have this like this. Okay, now you can see that we have these buttons here, so we gonna copy this button. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy your sections from different sections. So like here you can see that we are copying the hero page section to the header. So this is the power of the Elementor. I don't think any builder have these options. If have, then should do. Okay, so this option is really helpful. So let's make this black. And I think we gonna make this to little bit 16 something. Okay, so here we gonna write explore tours. Also we can write it here, book now. Okay, so now let's publish. Okay, so we have built the header also. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole website. Like you can see that also when I click, these things are not working. So for make this work, what we can do, first we're gonna link this hero section. So we don't have any hero, but let's link this here. We can make this about. Then we have the destinations. So here also we have the tours. So let's make this tours. Here in the CSS ID, we're gonna make this tours. Okay, and also we have the destinations. So let's make go here, and here we have the destinations. Okay, DESTI destinations. Then we have the packages and contacts are left. So here we're gonna write the contact, and for the packages we can go here. Okay, so we don't have packages. It's good. Okay, so you can also convert this website in a multi-page website. Just you have to copy some sections from here and just paste this. Just make a new page and paste those sections there. Okay, so we can also do that, but I don't want to make the video long. That's why. Okay, so here you can see that all the links are properly working. Okay, so this thing is totally working. We have successfully built the whole website from start to end. Okay, now let me show you how you can put this scroll to the button. For that we're gonna use a plugin. So the plugin is good. You can also use there are so many plugins. You can also use a Royal Elementor add-on. They have the back to scroll to top button. So but I really like this. This is the simple and easy. I always use this. Okay, so let's install this. Let's wait for it to install. Now after that we're gonna activate this. Okay, so after that I will show you how you can add the animations in your website, and after that I will show you how you can do the mobile responsiveness. Okay, so let's go to the let's enable this. Here we have to hide on WP admin. We're gonna use this. There are so much icons. You can also use a custom icon. Just put the media library or the links here. Okay, then this is saved, I think. Let's refresh, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this options here, perfectly working. Okay, so now let's move to the final part where I am going to show you how you can build the responsiveness and animations. Okay, so for making the animations, let me refresh this home page. So it will load the hero, or it will load the header and footer in the home page also. So this is the power of the Elementor, that we can load things from one page. If you have a single page website, or if you have multi-page website also, all the process are same. If you want to convert this website in a multi-page website, I have already made a video on that. That is very easy. You have to just make some new pages and use these sections only. Just copy and paste the section and put there. So and add their links in the menu. So that is easy to build. Okay. And let's wait for it to make it work. Let me change my Wi-Fi once. Okay, so this is working that. Okay, now suppose if you want to add this type of animation, let's go to the top and let's me refresh this, and suppose you want to add this type of animations here. So for making that, what we can do, we can just these are called the sequence animations. We can go to the advanced. Here you will find the motion effects. Okay, here you can see we have this. Now we can have zoom in animations here. Suppose we want to show this after some delay, 200. So now we have to just increase the delay time. We have put there 200. Now let's go to the second. Here we can have this slide in up, and this would become after 400. And here we have to go to the motion effect, and here we can add slide in again. This will become after 600, and this would be again here we can add slide in up, and this would be 800. Okay, and this image would be zoom in animations. So we're gonna put the zoom in animations, and this will come after the 1000 milliseconds. Okay, so now if I publish this, and if I go to this here, if I refresh, you can see that we have this sequence animation coming out. So what are the sequence animation? They come in a sequence. So like first this will come, then this, then allow this. Okay, so in this way you can do this. Now let me show you how you can do the mobile part. So the mobile part and the tablet part is almost same. You have to just adjust the padding and all. Like this, here you can see that we can add the 60 to the top. Here we can add 20, then 60 and 20. Okay, so that's why I will show you only the mobile part, and adjusting the rest is almost same. Okay, so you have to do this as a homework. Okay, so then only you will learn. Okay, that's why I don't want to make all of this. So here you can see that this is almost responsive. Here we have to put the similar manner. Okay, so here we have to put 80, 20, 80 and 20. Then again you can see that here we can go to this, and here we can again make this full width. Okay, this part is almost responsive. Here we can put this and make this 30 like this. Then in the similar manner here also we can make this 80, 20, 80 and 20. Okay, and for this also we can make this in the left line, or we can make it in the center. Okay, like this. This is almost I think there is some issue with this. So what we can do, we can just go to this container, and here you can see that we have this width. So we can just go here. Here you can adjust, it's like this. Here you can play with this width. Okay, so this is looking good in this only. Here we can have this 200, or we can have this 300. Let's keep this 200, and here you can just put the negative value to the like this. Okay, so if you want to use the pixels, it will work. Okay, so in this way you can put for all of this. Okay, and similarly here you can see that we can add some 30. Okay, like this. Okay, you can make this in the center. I think center will look good. Here also we're gonna make this in the center, and for this we have this grid, right? We can go to advanced. Here we're gonna add the 30. We have to just replace all of these contents. Here again we have this, so let's put 80. Okay, here we're gonna have 80, 20, 80 and 20. Also you can see that in this section we have the process, right? Here we have this main box. So this is the second box are all those. So we don't want to show these in the mobile. So we can go to the responsive, and here we're gonna hide this. And again we can hide this one. All the arrows we have to hide it here. Okay, and here we have to again go to this. We can hide this here again. Perfect. Now we can go to the main box here, and here we have to put some 50 padding. Okay, then again we can go to these images. Here we can put the 40. Okay, and here you can see that we have these containers. Okay, so let me copy this to this. So we have to go to each image, paste styles. Okay, and here also we can paste the styles. Here also we can paste the styles. Okay, so you can see that we have this. Now the issue is that if I go to this, we have some negative bottom like this 0. Then if I go to this, we have some negative values here also somewhere. Okay, and if I go, you can see that this is almost looking good. Only we have this overlapped images. So if I go and check what is the issue here, and here we have the heading. So here we can have some more spacing below that. So let's do one thing. Let's go to this, and Here we can put some spacing to below. Okay, 80, and we can again copy this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here. Okay, and we can go here and see, you can see that we have built this. Okay, the last one is remaining, so let me go here and we're gonna paste this also. That's it. Now you can see that we have this now you can put some margins. Let's put this 0. Okay, and this is almost responsive, you can see that. Okay, then we can go below, and here also let's publish this one so we don't lose any changes. And here you can see that we have the testimonials, and here we can have this to 50, 20, 80 and 20. Okay, and just you can hide these images also here if you want to hide, or you can just place it like this, and here you can have to just increase the width, and you what you can do, you can just place it according to you. Okay, so I'm totally on your, you can hide it also, you can use this also, choice is yours. Let's put this here also. Now you can see that all of this is fully working, and for this also we can have little bit 80, 20, 10, 20. Okay, like this. Let's publish. Okay, now you can see that we have this one here, footer. Now let's make this footer responsive. For making this, again we have to put some, okay, let me put the 80 to the top. Here we have the 20, here we have the 20 again. Then here we can have this here we have this 60. Okay, we can have this 140. Okay, like this. Let's publish. Now we are left with the header, so let's go to the header from here only. Okay, so in this way you can do for the tablet part is almost same. Okay, so let's go to this. Here we can increase the content width like this, and here we can have this to 10, 20, 10 and 20. Also we can go to this and we can have this here. Okay, and here we can also have this toggle button. Here we can make these arrows. Also we can make this to 12. Okay, here in the hover we can have this orange color, make it white. There we have the orange and make it white. Okay, in this way, and let's publish. We can also go to this icon. Here we can make this clickable custom URL. We can make this in a site URL like this. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so we have successfully built our whole website. Also the mobile part is done. So let me show you the mobile part. Also these animations are working in the similar manner. You can put the animation in whole website. Okay, just you have to play with it. So you can see that all these things are fully responsive like this. Okay, so I hope you understand how you can make this. I think there is some spacing issue. You can just put the spaces more. Okay, so like this. Also you can see that we have this. So in the similar manner you can increase and adjust the images here. Okay, also if I click it will work. You can see that all these are fully responsive. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole website. Also when I click on this, it will take me to the top of the website. Also this is working, I think. Okay, so this is also working. Okay, so all the links are also working. Let me open this again. So all the links are also working, you can check out. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole website. I hope you like this type of awesome videos. and we are giving all the images for free in the video description. You can also buy this kit from the links at very cheap rates. I hope you like this awesome videos. If you are new to our channel, subscribe to the channel, like and share our videos with your friends, and I'm gonna see you next time.